2311 Racing, the team co-owned by NBA legend Michael Jordan, and three-time Daytona 500 winner Denny Hamlin just dropped a bombshell announcement. They're signing Riley Herbst for the 2025 Cup season.
Announced by Bob Pockrass on X with a wonderful video, a beautiful video by 2311. Riley Herbst is the third car at 2311.
Now, this might not seem like a big deal at first glance, but it is. Why? Because 2311 Racing is currently in the middle of a lawsuit with NASCAR over the 2025 charter agreement. They're expanding their team while fighting a legal battle.
But 2311 was shutting down. They don't have a charter for next year. How are they going to race? We're all learning as we go. We're all learning as we go. I know it's hard to believe. I know you all are going, what? So I'm going to say it again. Say it again, Sam. 2311, Michael Jordan and Denny Hamlin, the team that is suing NASCAR, that said we will race next year without a charter if needed. They just announced, and with a wonderful video, yes, Riley Herbst, that
2311 Racing is adding a third full-time car to their lineup. They'll be fielding the number 35 Toyota Camry with Riley Herbst behind the wheel. This new addition will join Bubba Wallace in the number 23 and Tyler Reddick in the number 45. But who is Riley Herbst? Herbst is a 25-year-old driver from Las Vegas who's been driving in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. He spent the past 5 seasons running every NASCAR Xfinity race, and 2024 was his best showing yet. He scored 2 race wins and finished 7th in the championship standings. Herbst's victories in 2024 came at Indianapolis and Phoenix, with the Phoenix win being particularly impressive. He made a last lap pass on the newly crowned Xfinity Series champion Justin Allgaier to capture his 3rd career victory in the title decider. But Herbst is not completely new to the Cup Series. He's got 8 starts under his belt over the past 2 years. His Cup Series debut was pretty impressive too. He scored a top 10 finish in the 2023 Daytona 500. Later that same year, he bettered that result with a 9th place finish at Talladega. Now, let's talk about sponsorship, because we all know that's crucial in NASCAR. Herbst is bringing Monster Energy with him as a primary sponsor. This is a big deal because Monster Energy already backs 2311's Tyler Reddick in the Cup Series, as well as Joe Gibbs racing driver Ty Gibbs. It's a strong partnership that's only getting stronger.
That's Riley Herbst that won some races last year in the Xfinity Series and shows a lot of talent, gets the big break. Sponsored by Monster Energy Drink. Riley Herbst will be the 3rd Cup car. He will join Bubba Wallace and respond right here. I forgot the other one. I got brain fade. You'll take care of it for me. So it's gonna Tyler Reddick. There I go. Riley Herbst will be the 3rd Michael Jordan, Denny Hamlin car over there. Unbelievable. Never saw this coming in a million years because the demise, remember? Of course, Denny Hamlin was laughing at us all the whole time. So that bank account is big enough over there, and now with the Monster Energy Drink money, so you're going to have Bubba Wallace, Tyler Reddick, and Riley Herbst. We all are eating crow this morning, even me. Even me. Hey, I never meant to make your daughter cry. I apologize a trillion times. Sorry, Denny Hamlin. But I am for real. All right, there you go. Riley Herbst, the third car. I know I can hear you now. How can they afford to do this if they're suing NASCAR? Well, hell, maybe that's another video.
And Herbst is not coming alone. His crew chief from the Xfinity Series, Davin Restivo, will be joining him at 2311 Racing. Restivo has been working with Herbst since the middle of the 2023 season, and they've clearly built a strong relationship. It'll be interesting to see how this duo performs in the Cup Series. Now, you might be wondering if 2311 has run 3 cars before. The answer is yes, but only in a limited capacity. They've previously utilized the number 67 and later the number 50 on a part-time basis. These cars have featured some notable drivers including Juan Pablo Montoya, Kamui Kobayashi, and Travis Pastrana, but this is the first time they're committing to a full-time third car. It's a big step for the team. Riley Herbst had this to say about joining 2311 Racing. It's an honor to join 2311 and Toyota for the opportunity to race in the Cup Series each week. Racing full-time in the Cup Series has been my goal since I started in NASCAR, and I'm excited to start my Cup career with such an accomplished and driven team. What 2311 has accomplished in a short time is impressive, and I look forward to building on their success as the organization grows. It's also great to continue representing Monster, and I'm excited about adding to their legacy in NASCAR. Sounds like he's ready to hit the ground running, doesn't it? Steve Lauletta, 2311 team president, had this to say on the announcement. As 2311 enters our 5th season next year, we felt the time was right to continue the growth of our organization by adding a third team, and Riley is a driver we think will be a great fit for us. We have a very solid foundation with both Bubba and Tyler, and we know they will be a great resource for Riley as he begins his journey in the Cup Series. Even Toyota is excited about this new development. Tyler Gibbs, general manager of TRD USA, had this to say: everyone at TRD is pleased to support 2311 Racing as they continue to grow their program in the NASCAR Cup Series with the addition of Riley Herbst in a third full-time entry for the 2025 NASCAR Cup Series season. Having worked with Riley in the past, we have watched his growth over the last several seasons in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. We look forward to Riley rejoining the Toyota family and supporting him achieve his goals next year and into the future. And let's not forget about Monster Energy. Mitch Covington, their senior vice president of sports marketing, expressed his enthusiasm. Riley Herbst has built his career with Monster Energy, and he is part of the family. From his ascent to championship-caliber driver in the Xfinity Series to his next step into the premier NASCAR Cup Series, Monster and Riley have been in it together, and we are just thrilled to power into this phase of his incredible career with him. Now, let's address the elephant in the room: 2311 Racing's ongoing legal battle with NASCAR. The team's original plan was to purchase a charter from the now defunct Stewart-Haas Racing. However, due to the legal dispute over the 2025 charter agreement, it's possible they'll have to run all 3 cars as open entries. This means they're not locked into any race, which adds an extra layer of pressure and uncertainty. Recently, a judge denied 2311 Racing's request for a preliminary injunction that would have allowed them to keep their charters while the antitrust lawsuit takes place. It's a setback, but clearly not enough to deter them from expanding their team. This expansion isn't happening in a vacuum either. 2311 Racing is the third 2-car operation to announce a planned expansion ahead of the 2025 season. They're joining RFK Racing, which will add the number 60 car with Ryan Preece, and Trackhouse Racing, which will add the number 88 with Shane Van Gisbergen. It seems like growth is the name of the game in NASCAR right now. In the career of Riley Herbst's 5 full years in the Xfinity Series with Joe Gibbs Racing and the now defunct Stewart-Haas Racing, Herbst collected 3 victories across 165 races. He also racked up 34 top 5s and 82 top 10s. And Herbst's first National Series victory came toward the end of 2023 at his home track of Las Vegas Motor Speedway. He followed that up with a thrilling win at Indianapolis Motor Speedway in 2024, which marked Xfinity's first race on the oval layout since 2019. His final win of the 2024 season came in dramatic fashion at Phoenix Raceway, where he led a race-high 167 laps and made a daring pass on Justin Allgaier for the win on the last lap. Now let's talk about 2311 Racing's growth and future. When they debuted in 2021 with Bubba Wallace as their sole driver, many were skeptical, but they've proven the doubters wrong time and time again. They expanded to a 2-car effort in 2022, and now they're taking the leap to 3 cars for 2025. The team has seen impressive success in its short history. They've won 8 races in 4 seasons, 5 by Reddick, 2 by Wallace, and 1 by Kurt Busch. In 2024, Tyler Reddick had a standout year, winning the regular season championship and advancing to the championship 4, where he finished 4th. These were both firsts for the organization and show just how far they've come in a short time. But let's not forget about the challenges ahead. The ongoing lawsuit against NASCAR and CEO Jim France filed in September adds a layer of uncertainty to 23XI's future. Both sides have already appeared in court, and the legal process is ongoing. However, NASCAR has made a move that allows 23XI and Front Row Motorsports, who joined the lawsuit, to compete as open teams in 2025. What does this mean? Well, as open teams, 23XI and Front Row Motorsports will not have guaranteed spots in every race and will receive less prize money than they would have if they had signed the charter agreement. The legal situation took another turn recently when NASCAR removed a clause from the open team agreement. This clause would have prevented teams from competing unless they signed the agreement, which would have also taken away their right to continue their lawsuit against NASCAR. With this clause removed, 23XI and Front Row can now compete as open cars in 2025, while their litigation against NASCAR continues. The teams are continuing their appeal for an injunction, which might not be heard until March, depending on how things play out. If the courts can expedite the process, we might see oral arguments as early as December 10th through the 13th. If not, it looks like March 18th at the earliest, or somewhere around March 14th. It's a waiting game at this point, but one that could have significant implications for the future of NASCAR. Despite all this uncertainty, 23XI Racing is clearly comfortable enough with their situation to move forward with their expansion plans. And it shows their commitment to growth and success in NASCAR. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like and subscribe to NASCAR Insider and share your insights in the comment below.